Good morning, everybody. This is Mikael from Healthwise Enterprise. Don't know if you got the address where we located, but it's 3807 East 8 Mile Road, and it's between Ryan and DeQuinda. And we're there to service you Monday through Saturday from 10 to 7 p.m. And the phone number over there is 313-366-DIET. Again, it's 313-366-3438, 586-757-DIET. Again, 586-757-3438. And if you want to set up one-on-one, share some information with me, want me to share with the public, you can give me a call on the cell phone, 313-600-8532. I've been doing this show almost since I've been married. Matter of fact, 6 months after I got married is when I started doing the show. And all that time, I never talked about this subject matter. And interesting, because my brother, who's in heaven, truly, he dealt with this condition, which is hearing. He had a hearing impairment, and we had to talk louder around him, or I think he read lips a little bit too. Okay, but hearing loss is something that does happen over time, especially with folks over 50. They could start losing their hearing. It's not something rapid, okay, but it's just something that does happen. In this article, How to Prevent Hearing Loss and Improve Your Hearing with Nutrition, I truly believe in getting certain nutrients into your body, because it's a whole lot easier to prevent a disease rather than get it than trying to get rid of it. And I love aspartame for helping the body to make your own acids for your stomach. But it has a role in preventing hearing loss. And other nutritional imbalances are increasingly sought to be causative factors in hearing loss. Nutrients found in the beneficial for protecting and improving hearing are aspartame, okay, vitamin A, folic, zinc, and magnesium. Tendinitis, characterized by chronic or near chronic hearing, ringing in the ear, may be improved by folic, which is like vitamin B9. Aspartame may also raise your chances of recovery from loud noise induced from hearing loss. And just idiopathic sudden sensory renewal hearing loss, or SSNHL, the causes of which is unknown, can be improved or reversed by zinc or any endovenous magnesium. This is just some of the highlights. You're probably aware that certain nutrients can support optimum vision, but did you know your hearing may be benefited from certain foods as well, like the stabilized greens? I never put those two together as the stabilized greens had anything to do with the hearing. But from this article from Dr. McCullough, it says it does. If you have trouble hearing or notice that your hearing is not as good as it used to be, your diet and uh, additional supplementation may hold the answer. In fact, nutritional imbalances are increasingly thought to be a causative factor in hearing loss. Age-related hearing loss is actually not due to any kind of mechanism, mechanical dysfunction in your ear. Rather, it is how your brain processes information that results in reducing the hearing. See, that's one reason I like noni so much, because it's excellent food for the brain. Um, your grains, which is rich in B vitamins, like millet, excellent food for the brain. Furthermore, it's your brain's ability to provide proper feedback to your ear by filtering out unwanted information that declines when you reach your 40s and 50s. Without this filtering system, you're more likely to be overcome by a mass of information that is difficult to sort out. The good news is, age-related hearing loss may be reversible. Tinnitus, which is typically caused by loud noise-induced damage, may also be greatly improved, as can sudden loss of hearing. I thought that was good news. Nutrients that protect and improve your hearing. Among the nutrients found to be the most beneficial for protecting and improving your hearing are 1. Carotenoids, especially acethin and vitamin A. Me personally, I prefer the beta carotene because then your body can convert that to vitamin A based on what is needed. Versus vitamin A, your body will use what it needed right then and there. If it can't, then it's discarded. Another nutrient is folate, which is again B9. I like to take, they got zinc and magnesium. See, the things I like about that Dr. Wallach's Longevity Ultimate Classic is it has these things in here. And you got a nice balance. Because just taking B12 or B9 could throw the other B's in your body's nutritional system off. But by taking them all, you keep a good balance, and it helps with the absorption rate. These nutrients support hearing in a number of ways, including protecting against oxidative stress and the calica, which is like a hollow tube inside the inner ear, so it protects against the oxidative stress from that, preventing the free radical damage, and improving the blood flow, thereby reducing the calica damage related to compromising the vascular system. It's not in getting the blood flow, improving your homocysteine metabolism. Improving the blood flow is so important. One of the factors that improve the blood flow is water. Your water is 95%. Your blood is 95% water. When you don't drink enough water, then that blood gets thicker and thicker and it's harder to circulate. But drinking enough water, now you thin the blood and it's easier to get to all the important parts of your body. In this case, we're talking about the brain and into the inner ear. See, these things we can do. We can drink the required amount of water. You can put extra oxygen into the water. I was ran across to talk about how exercise and improving your hearing. That's what was remarkable. These things that we're in our power to do. The support for vitamin A is mixed, pro and con. In one large study that included data from more than 65,000 women, no correlation was found between vitamin A intake and the risk for hearing loss. However, a number of other studies have indeed found a positive correlation, as reported by Watkins P. Price. Quote, a 1984 European study reported a 5 to 15 decibel improvement in patients with age-related hearing loss when given vitamin A and vitamin E. Other research found that vitamin A deficiency results in a decline in the number of sensory cells in the nose, the tongue, and the inner ear. A 1993 study reported in Science that found vitamin A can stimulate the regeneration of the mammalian auditory hair cells. In 2009, Japanese researchers found that adults with the highest blood serum levels of vitamin A and carotenoids had the lowest risk of hearing loss. And in 2014, researchers determined that vitamin A deficiency during pregnancy, especially during the early stage of pregnancy, may predispose offspring to inner ear malfunctions and sensory hearing loss. Folic may improve tendinitis. That's the folic, that's the vitamin B9. For noise-induced tendinitis, which is characterized by chronic or near chronic ringing in the ear, folic B9 has been shown to be beneficial. Folic also lowers your homocysteine, and having a higher blood level homocysteine has been linked to an age-related hearing loss. As a general rule, the ideal way to raise your folic level is to eat plenty of fresh, raw, and organic leafy green vegetables. See, that's one reason I, again, like to stabilize greens, because you got those vegetables in, from the sea, and you also got those vegetables from the land, and they're organic. So it's rich in this, what we call about folic acid, is to stabilize greens. Eating your romaine lettuce and your spinach, okay, those leafy greens are very important. Folic acid is synthetic. Folic acid is the synthetic form typically found in supplements. So you got the folic, okay, it's folate, F-O-L-A-T-E, and then you got the folic, F-O-L-I-C. Folic is the synthetic form. And God made the folate. There's good reason to consider getting your folic from food rather than folic acid supplements. In order for folic acid to be of use to your body, it must first be activated into a bioactively active form. This is the L5-NTHF, which is the form that is able to cross the blood-brain barrier. It is estimated that nearly half of all adults have difficulty converting folic acid into the bioactive form because of genetic reduction in enzymes activity. See, again, back to Dr. Wiley's longevity, the ultimate classic. It's so rich in all these trace minerals. Your body takes those trace minerals and makes enzymes. You get 19,000 of these trace minerals per bottle, 6, 12, 1,800 or more per day. If you just, I get up to about 4,000 a day. I mean, it's so key. It's like, anyway, here you're talking about that, that's converting the nourishment that you get so your body can use it. But that's one of the things the enzymes do. For this reason, if you take a vitamin B supplement, make sure it contains natural folic rather than synthetic folic acid. Children seem to be able to convert folic acid more easily. Okay. Asparagus, spinach, turnip greens, and broccoli are all good sources of folic, as are beans, including lentils and garbanzo beans. Go over that again. Asparagus, spinach, turnip greens, broccoli, all those are dark green foods, a good source of folic acid, as are beans and lentils and garbanzo beans. Rich sources of this. Another one, nourishment that's excellent in the prevention and reversing of hearing loss, is zinc. Researchers have shown zinc may be useful for idiopathic sudden sensory renewal hearing loss, which is SSNHL. A sudden unexplained loss of hearing is typically treated with high doses of steroids. Even though steroid treatment is controversial and equivalent to support their efficiency is limited. I should say evidence to support their efficiency is limited. The good news is that 47 to 63% of those affected end up recovering most or all of their hearing. While the cause of SSNHL is unknown, one theory is that a viral infection or immunology disease is involved. This may help explain the high rate of recovery and why zinc appears to be so beneficial for this condition. I know Tony loves zinc. Zinc has antiviral properties, and studies have shown it can prevent common colds, viruses from replicating or attacking to your nasal membrane. Zinc also has immune boosting properties, allowing your body to mount a stronger first response at the onset of a viral infection. That's why I keep saying, keep your immune system up high. So if you run across some virus, when it come up in your body, it's like, oh no, I made a mistake coming up in there, because the immune system is so high it wipes that virus out. In one study, 66 SSNHL patients were randomly divided into two groups. Half received chromosome treatment, while the other half also received the zinc supplement plus the chromosome treatment. The serum zinc levels was ascertained at the outset and at the end of the study. Those receiving zinc experienced significantly larger gains in hearing gain and a greater percentage of recovery, according to the authors. There was a significant correlation between serum zinc level changes and post-treated hearing thresholds by correlative analysis, as well as between the changes of the zinc level and percentage recovery in the zinc group. Scientifically, they just covering every basis, but they said that it improved. When they was taking the drugs along with the zinc, they got an improvement. But those who, the zinc supplementation may enhance the hearing recovery of the SSNL, NHL patients. Its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects may help reduce the oxidative stress of the correlata and SSNHL, implying a new direction in the treatment of this disease. Zinc. We got zinc at Healthwise, and this one guy put zinc he get from oyster shells. Did we have that? And people love it because of the sex benefits that the zinc oyster shell provide. So you can hear your significant other calling you to wherever y'all want to meet at. A well-balanced diet is the best source of zinc. Balance, balance, balance. So I always suggest, if you're going to take like a mineral, zinc, it's good to take a multiple mineral, all of them. And it's about 70, 80 different minerals and trace minerals, just to keep your body in balance. That's the way you find it in the food. A well-balanced diet is the best source of zinc. At any time you isolate one mineral and ingest it independently of others, you run the risk of creating an imbalance. This is certainly true of zinc, and taking zinc indiscriminately can be quite problematic. Excess zinc has been shown to interfere with your body's ability to absorb other minerals, especially copper, which may lead to anemia. Number 2, it raises the risk of prostate cancer in men, taking too much zinc. It's always a balance. And induce nausea, stomach pain, vomiting, and diarrhea. That's when you know you got too much zinc. The recommended allowance for zinc is 11 milligrams per day for men, 8 milligrams 8 milligrams a day for women, unless she's pregnant, then it's 11 milligrams for her also. For children, that's between 4 and 8 years old, it's 5 milligrams of the zinc per day. For those that's 9 to 13, it's 8 milligrams of the zinc per day. And for infants, I guess in this stage would be the ones under 4, would be the 3 milligrams of the zinc per day. Another, now anything over 50 milligrams of zinc is thought to be excessive. So 11 is ideal. To be on the safe side, to focus on getting your zinc from your food. Besides protein-rich foods like grass-fed beef and seafoods, other dietary sources of zinc includes pumpkin seeds. That's something we just started carrying at Healthwise. And I carry it in my car. It's a nice snack to have in your car, you know, when you're talking about I got the munchies and they want to go to get some junk food. Zinc, the pumpkin seed, you can keep your car year round. A couple mouthfuls of that, and you chew them till it get liquidy. That craving, but for me, is gone. Another excellent source of zinc, besides the grass-fed beef and seafood, it's the pumpkin seeds, is Tahiti, which is the ground-up sesame seeds. Cashews, almonds, creamy mushrooms, spinach, sea vegetables, and cheese. Again, the stabilized greens has the sea vegetables in it. An excellent source of getting the zinc from a food source that's in balance. And here, oysters, the top of the list for zinc-rich food, with anywhere from 16 to 182 milligrams of zinc per 100 grams of serving. That's a lot of zinc. Followed by liver, which has 12 milligrams of zinc per 100 grams. It appears zinc is better absorbed from animal sources than plant sources. So if you are serious about increasing your zinc intake, consider adding organic grass-fed beef or liver to your diet. You can consider that if you want to, but that's what he's saying. Oh, you got the oysters, you got the pumpkin seeds, you got the some other choices. Those, I eat pumpkin seeds all the time. The oyster peel, every now and then I may take one, because I've loved the benefits of oysters. The zinc that's in there. Intravenous magnesium may also improve your sudden hair loss. It just verifying how important that Ultimate Classic, which has a strong source of vitamins and a strong source of minerals and a strong source of trace minerals right in it. I can see why the brother got over 3,000 products if he can get to him. What he wanted he take is the Ultimate Classic. I'm talking about the owner of Longevity, the one who makes the Ultimate Classic. Because who wants to go around sticking needles in their arm? But the intravenous magnesium may also improve the sudden hearing loss, which is a small price to pay to get your hearing back or increase it. Intravenous magnesium has also been shown to improve the SSNHL. In one study, 48% of these patients actually recovered after receiving intravenous magnesium in combination with carbon inhalations, a mixture of carbon dioxide and oxygen gas, and another 27% experienced significant improvement. 48 and 27, that's like, what, 74% from the magnesium intravenously. Just imagine what the benefits of taking the four that we talked about last week. The magnesium being one of them, calcium being another. Okay, vitamin D3 is another, and vitamin K2 is another. They're just working together. Factors that reduce the effectiveness of a treating include persons who had vertigo, where the room was spinning, and delaying treatment for more than 8 days after the onset. I got to bring this in. Is the civil water. People have sprayed it into their eyes. People have sprayed it up their nose. People have sprayed it in their ears, like 10 times in the ear, and let it sit there for 10 minutes and then flip over to the other side. It has been reported how it helped improve their hearing. When they had the vertigo where the room was spinning, everything lined back up again. It's, I could say, it's just one of the foods I've been blessed with. So I'm thanking God that provided a way for Healthwise to get silver water in to help all these people that have these conditions. It's just remarkable. The more I studied this, I'm just amazed how God put all of this together. And the commercial says, "Not nice to fool Mother Nature," putting these 4 poisons into your body is trying to trick Mother Nature. Number 1 poison is sugar. Number 2 is the gluten foods. They glue your system up, which is your breads and donuts and cakes. The other is the fried foods, because it's harder for your body to digest. And the number 1 source is this made-up food, where they take the scraps of meat and make hot dogs and bologna and bacon and hamburgers, etc., and they load it with nitrates and nitrites, pesticides and herbicides, loaded with this processed meat. Those things contribute to a weakened immune system. And here we even talking about the hearing. It was in our grasp to do these things. I mean, we could exercise. Whoever heard of exercise improving your hearing? In this article here, it's saying just that. Exercise improve your hearing. You got to use it or you lose it. Now, increasing the NT3 productions restore hearing in mice. Yes, NT3. It's drug. But guess what? Acethin raises the N33 expression. But let me go back to this experiment about what they did with mice with the NP3. 2 years ago, researchers looked at ways to restore hearing loss due to loud noises coming from an interesting find. Came upon an interesting find. By increasing the production of proteins called NTP, or neurotropopin 3, they were able to reverse hearing loss in mice that had been partially deafened by loud noises. Acethin, NP3. Anyway, as it turns out, NP3 plays a key role in the communications occurring between your ears and your brain. NT3 helps establish so-called rhythm synapses that link the hair cells in your inner ear to your nerve cells in your brain. When exposed to extreme loud noise, these rhythms synapses are damaged, resulting in a loss of hearing. Normal aging can also damage the rhythm synapses, so NT3 may counteract normal age-related hearing loss as well. To boost production of NT3, the researchers use a conditional gene recommendation, as explained by the Medical News today. Quote, this aimed researchers to activate genes, and particularly cells, by administering a drug that prompts the cells to read additional copies of genes that have been inserted into them. For this study, the team used the technique to activate additional NT3 genes that have been introduced into the supporting cells of the inner ear in mice that had been partially deafened by loud noise. The drugs was introduced to support cells in the inner ear, which prompt them to produce extra NT3 production, regain their hearing loss, to produce extra NT3 proteins. The researchers found the mice had experienced a boost in the NT3 production, gained their hearing over a 2-week period, compared with mice that had not had traditional NT3 production. In 2 weeks from taking this drug that introduced the protein NT3, they got the hearing back. They now plan to identify drugs that produce the same effects as the protein, offering the potential to restore hearing loss in humans. The researchers noted that the gene therapy techniques used in the study has the potential to work in humans, but a drug-based method would be a simpler, and a drug could be repeatedly administered for as long as it takes for hearing to be restored. Or aspartame raises NT3 expression. While researchers are looking for a drug solution to raise the NT3, a Chinese study suggested aspartame, which is the part of the colloidal family, is believed to be one of the most potent antioxidants nature has to offer. It's far more potent than beta-carotene and alpha-tropical, less like the lycopene, lutein, for example, and exhibits very strong free radicals salvaging activities that protects the cell. So it neutralizes free radicals in the cells and your organs and your body tissues from oxidative damage. It's also a powerful anti-inflammatory and is able to cross both the blood-brain barrier and the blood-retinal barrier for the eyes. Aspartame. Man, that's some bad stuff. Indeed, aspartame has been shown to have potent benefits for brain and your eye health. and may be beneficial for your hearing as well. Your brain, your eyes, and your ear, and your hearing. Wow. Thanks to the NT3 boosting ability of aspartame. The study in question looked at aspartame effects on NT3 expression in rats with impressive spinal cord injury. NT3 has been shown to increase the growth of spinal cord neurons as well. According to the authors, aspartame was able to significantly promote the expression of NT3 in the bodies. The only two main sources of natural aspartame is the microalgae that produces it and sea creatures that consume the algae, such as salmon, shellfish, and krill. All are available, well, because we have the salmon oil plus, which hopefully is coming in today. The krill we can get. Shellfish, that's the shrimps and that lobster, even the oysters, all on the bottom of the ocean, on the bottom of the Gulf or the river and lakes and streams. Well, the toxins from the country is down there too. So I'm cautious about that. But the hearing, if you are on a krill oil supplement, take that into consideration. Different krill productions have different concentration of aspartame, so check your label. While it's unclear how much you need to improve your hearing, the doses of 8 to 10 milligrams per day are typically recommended if you are trying to improve your eye health. Each one of these pills is like 4 micromilligrams. So I guess that would be 2 per day. Boosting your PDNF may also improve your hearing. Early researchers have shown that in addition to NP3, a brain-derived neurotropical factor, BDNF also plays an important role in the development and the survival of your auditory neurons in your brain. One study in 1996 found that the loss of auditory hair cells and auditory neurons can be prevented by therapy that boosts either the NT3 or the BDNF. Interesting. One's lifestyle factor that naturally boosts the BDNF is, drum roll, exercise. You got to move that body. Who ever heard of exercising, improving your hearing? I love the research. I love God, love studying, love reading. Factors of what makes exercise so effective for preventing cognitive decline is related to the boost of BDNF. It's intriguing to speculate whether exercise may also help prevent hearing loss through this mechanism. And they said this in this one study, it helped them people. But just the idea. What's the best way to protect your hearing? Of course, a lot of folks play music and their cars are so loud. I mean, you can hear blocks away. And they just don't realize how dedicated that ear is. They don't get it. Um, Earphones, earplugs, loud music. It affects your hearing. Worldwide, 360 million people have moderate to severe hearing loss due to various causes, from noise or infection diseases to the use of certain drugs and aging. It estimated that half of these cases of hearing loss are avoidable. Half of them, 180 million. This includes cases of hearing loss or noise-induced hearing loss. Of course, protecting yourself from loud noises in the first place is prevention 101. The following recommendation can help protect your hearing and avoid loss. Turn down the volume on your personal audio devices. Try depth syllabus meter app for your smartphones. DECIBEL, which will flash a warning if the volume is turned up to a potentially damaging level. Wear earplugs when you visit loud venues. If your work is a noisy environment, be sure to wear ear protection at all times. Use careful fitted noise channeling earphones, headphones, which may allow you to listen comfortably at a lower volume. Limit the amount of time you spend engaged in noisy activity. Take regular listening breaks when using a personal audio device. Restrict the daily use of personal audio devices to less than 1 hour. If you live in a very noisy area, you may want to consider moving. That's one reason I like Belle Isle so much. It's just so serene. If that's not an option, consider adding acoustics tile to your ceiling and walls to muff out the noise. Double panel windows, insulation, heavy curtains, and rugs also help drown out the noise. Use sound blocking earphones to eliminate occasional loud disturbances, such as that from traffic or lawnmowers. Also wear ear protection when using your lawnmower or leaf blower. Aside from that, eating a healthy diet, various diets of real food, can go a long ways towards protecting your age-related hearing. And if you have already lost some degree of hearing, you may be able to recover some of it by optimizing your intake of certain nutrients, especially aspartame. But they also got vitamin A on here, and they mentioned vitamin E earlier. They also got the folic, zinc, and the magnesium. Getting those nutrients into your body on a daily basis. I'm just so thirsty this morning for some reason. I can't stress enough about the civil water. I mean, when I seen people that have had hearing challenges and they spray the silver water in the ear, let it stay there 10 minutes, and then flip over and do the other side. And they did that daily. But just doing it one time, I've seen it when it said, wow, they improved their hearing. And it improved their speech because you can hear yourself talking. Because when you listen to somebody who cannot hear, it's kind of difficult to understand what they're saying. Like maybe they got marbles in their mouth. But when they can hear and you talk, now you can understand more what they're saying. And to see that. Now, I didn't know about this aspartame. I could say it does so many wonderful things for the body. I even did a show about this. Maybe I have to do it again. But we was talking about the eyes. I've never talked about the ears and how the people get like 40 or 50 start losing their hearing if you're not putting the nourishment into the body. You got your stabilized greens, you got your aspartame, you got your classic. Those are all nutrients that we've been using for years, not knowing it was also protecting our hearing. I mean, you got your sea vegetables, your wakame, your noiro, and the kombucha, okay, that you can, get individually. But we got those in the stabilized greens over and over again. Just talking about this nourishment. To me, it's a miracle that you can just eat certain foods that God has made and you get such great benefits from it. Well, what else do you expect from your maker? He made you from the earth. The minerals come from the earth. The more minerals you get into your body, the healthier you are. It's been proven over again, okay, that even folks who get Nobel Peace Prizes, like Linus Pauling said, all diseases caused by lack of minerals. And you're getting these minerals into your system on a daily basis at a high dosage, along with other minerals and the vitamin A, along with the other vitamins. Yes, you can use Beyond Tangerine. It's a powder and it tastes good. Okay, and if it tastes good, more prone for people to take it. But I'm not questioning God. God put the bitter taste on my tongue. So that's a hint, clue. I should have something bitter every day. Put the sour taste on my tongue. Hint, clue. I should have something sour every day. He put we got salt and sugar down pat. But the acidics, every day. So you can either follow God's plan, they put the 5 taste buds on your tongue, you should have some food to hit off 5 of those taste plans, or man's plan with just dealing with 2, salt and sugar. We talked over and over again about balance. Salt and sugar is man's plan. Totally take your body out of balance. Now you're prone to diseases. God's plan, where you got the 5 taste buds on your tongue, which is a hint, clue. You hit all 5 of those taste buds every day to keep your body in balance. I call it the BAD system. The bitters, the acid, salt, sugar, and the sours. I even throw in there live foods like fermented foods or bean sprouts. We got those in the stabilized greens. Those live foods. See, most green foods that I've seen, and Wayne has told us this too, is that they do 1 or 2 things. They either kill the life force so they have a 2-year shelf life, or they put chemicals in it so they have a 2-year shelf life. It look green and all of that. Get a long list of all the green foods in it. 2-year shelf life. Wayne's stabilized greens had a peak 11-month shelf life. Now, it's like a month and a half supply. We usually keep ours in the refrigerator. But it happens, it's 11 months. It's a shorter period of time, but it doesn't go bad after 11 months. It's just is not at its peak. It's just a month and a half supply. But over and over again, people have bought it. So we'll keep it in the refrigerator. That slows down the aging process. So then we got the zinc. So what he talking about, Makola? We have these products at Healthwise. So thanks for tuning in. You can give us a call at 366-DIET or 586-757-DIET. Be happy to hear from you. Always happy to see you. Always giving our hugs. Look forward to doing that with you. Peace and love.